Okay everyone, hello. We are doing my 2020 finally goals video. Happy New Year's Day. I'm declaring it the new New Year's Day is January 15th instead of January 1st because honestly you guys, I needed these first 2 weeks of the month just to kind of like exist and keep to myself, keep my head down, hibernate, recuperate from 2019. I mean, obviously I've been like doing things. I'm participating in society, like I've been going to work. As you guys saw, I did my work update and job situation in my last video or so. I've been like doing the things and going through the motions, but I've really been taking the time. I didn't hit the ground running with January 1st, like new year, new me, all my goals, all my plans, how I'm gonna get there. I love New Year's. I love the idea of like turning the page to a blank slate. Obviously, I know you can change your life and do whatever you want at any time, and time is a social construct, but I just love having that socially constructed push to like reevaluate where I'm at, what I want to accomplish, and how I'm feeling, and just like what direction I want to go in the next year. I also, like you guys know, I think when I started my fitness journey initially, it was like June 8th or something like that, like something so random. Like it doesn't have to be January 1st, and I'm making it up that the new Year's Day is January 15th, which is probably around when I'm posting this. And yeah, it's just like, who cares when, but just do it. I've just been taking the first few weeks of the new year to kind of just think and relax. Use that time as a buffer between when I actually want to hit the ground running with my goals and just reevaluate. So that's why you're seeing this so late. I feel like so many people film these videos before New Year's and then post them like on New Year's Day to like give everyone motivation, and hopefully people are still interested in watching these kind of things. I know that January 15th is statistically the day that most people fall off their resolutions, but also I don't really make super specific. I think of New Year's as an overarching, broader new themes in my life, I guess. Like every year I kind of talk about, I went back and watched my vlog from last year where I talked about where I had recognized this pattern of myself in year to year. It would go back and forth between like years where I was really growing and doing a bunch of new stuff, and then it would swing back and it would be a year of me refining what I wanted, dwindling down what was important to me, and focusing in on like things in my life that I wanted to really prioritize. And so it would kind of swing back and forth between that. Sorry, the sun's coming out again, so this light is like really all over the place. And so last year I had kind of given this like forecast that year was going to be a year of refinement, and I had just grown so much in 2018 and done so many new experiences and everything, and learned a lot about myself, that 2019 is when I really wanted to hone in, focus on what I wanted to do, decide, like make so many decisions for myself and like what direction my life would take next, and really just refine what was important to me that year. And looking back, I definitely think that was the case in a lot of circumstances. I did like obviously do a lot of new things and grow, because growth is inevitable in every aspect of life, not just when you decide it's a year to grow, like I said in that video. I'll link it down below if you guys want to go back and watch that. But also, like, I really do think it was a year where I refined what was important to me, and I really focused on specific things, like graduating. I like finally got through school, I finally got my master's degree, and I went to Europe, and then I had this like such a weird in-between time deciding what I wanted to do, and that's when I made the decision to move to New York. That absolutely was not in the plan when I filmed that New Year's video last year, which is just so funny to think back on, because I think of myself as the last few months like being so stagnant, and I feel like I haven't like done anything new, but I look back and I like, those are big decisions and major changes that happened in 2019 that I didn't even foresee when the year started. I didn't know I was going to Europe for the summer when I filmed that, and all these things. Like, it's so funny how you never really know what's in store. So it'll be fun to look back on this video at the end of the year and be like, wow, I didn't even know that I was gonna win the lottery. Anyway, reflecting on 2019, it was definitely an incredible year where I learned so much and did so many new things, but also refined what was important to me and like made decisions based on things I always wanted to do, and prioritized these shadows on my face. There, that's better. I like prioritized myself and just leapt and did the things that I'd always wanted to do, basically. I made the move to New York. I still like had so many new experiences and put myself out there and met a bunch of new people and expanded my social circle and challenged myself. But I do think it was more of a year of refinement. After that big transition, moving to New York, once I was settled, once I started working at UNICEF, I feel like I've been very stagnant in my life, and I feel like I just haven't been challenging myself since I finished school. I haven't been growing, and I haven't been, I don't know, I just feel like I'm doing the day in day out thing without really looking at the big picture of like what I'm doing, what do I want to accomplish. That's what I want to talk about in this video. I feel like that was a huge long intro and I haven't even gotten into my goals for 2020. This is just me talking about like big ideas in my life that I'm channeling into how I want to manifest them into the year. I do think the pendulum is going to like swing back to a year of growth for me, because I just feel like I haven't done new things that are really challenging in a while, and I feel like I've just gotten so comfortable in my routine of like going to work 9 to 5, coming home, going to the gym and all that, and like through and through I just always never want that to be the case for me. Like I always want to be doing new things and challenging myself in new ways. In my work update video, I'll also link that down below, or put it in a card or whatever, then you'll see I talked about this planner and started planning and talked about how I've been feeling lately and all that. So I did a little bit of that in that video if you want to go watch that. But this is a day designer. I got it at Target. I didn't like research it much ahead of time, but it just looked good to me, and I basically got it just because it has like each day plus a to-do list each day, which I need to motivate myself. And also I'm just not an organized, like specific goal-oriented person. So I've watched a lot of these videos from people where they're like, this is exactly each step I'm going to take to accomplish this goal by this date, and that is just not me. So I use a planner, but not in that way. I don't know, we'll see if this makes sense. In the beginning when I first saw this, I was like, that's kind of dumb, I'm not gonna do that. But then I started writing it and I was like, this is great, I'm doing it. So they have the first one, start with the big picture. And the way they talk about it is like the big picture gives your life direction. It's a combination of your dreams, ideas about life you want to live, and what your vision of the coming year could be. I like themes for the new year rather than specific resolutions. The 4 themes that I kind of just like attributed and then fleshed out more, I did them in this way, where I would write the theme on the side and then go into kind of like a subtitle about it, and then go into a few specifics about what I was going to do and what the outcome would be. So this sounds a lot more formal than I thought it was when I was just writing it. It was more of like a brainstorm kind of thing. So I'll read the themes first. On the side, the first one was explore and expand. This year I really want to just explore, I think, and like expand, put myself out there and just live life so outwardly. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like I've been so stagnant. I don't thrive on routines and like predictability. I think a lot of people love having a routine and they love knowing what they're doing and what's coming, but I really don't. I would just much rather not know what the hell is happening and just like go with it. Again, like I said, I did renew my UNICEF contract till the end of January, so I still have like that structure of routine that I can't really like change for the next month, but I want to just challenge myself where I can until that is over. So I just wrote after that new, like I just want so many new things. The specifics are new places, new faces, new experiences, and new collaborations. I just want to travel so much this year. Looking back, like I did travel a fair amount in 2019. I just loved travel. I'm not gonna explain that much. There's so many places that I've always wanted to go, and I want this to be the year where I stop saying like I've always wanted to do this and just do it. Like I've never been to South America, I've always wanted to go. I've never been to the Middle East, always wanted to go. I don't know if this is like too specific, but I want to try and hit all, well, I'm gonna say 6 because I'm not gonna go to Antarctica likely, but I want to try and hit the rest of the 6 continents this year. The only ones I'm missing are Australia and South America, I'm pretty sure. I just want to see new places and experience new cultures always. So yeah, new places, new faces, that kind of goes with it. More people, I just love meeting new people. Even small things, like I just always wanted to go on a helicopter ride, and that's super accessible. Like I could go downtown right now in New York and go on a helicopter ride for 15 minutes. And then new collaborations, that's kind of like more businessy. Branch out like the companies I'm working with, and kind of just YouTube wise, I just want to do more new things and rather than the same redundant vlogs. And then my outcome from that is like a monthly bucket list. Honestly, I loved what I did for Vlogmas, where I had that bucket list at the beginning of the month, and it was all Christmassy things, mostly New York based. So I did vlog the entire month of December. If you haven't been watching my channel normally, actually I should have said this in the beginning, but hi, my name's Kristee. I probably sound like a crazy person at this point if you don't like know anything about me, but subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more fun new content. I do vlog my regular life in New York City and everything, and yeah, stick around. Okay, anyway, I loved having that bucket list in December, and it really just motivated me to like go out and do things, and I think I want to keep that up kind of. I don't think it's going to be as hardcore as 25 things in 25 days as it was during Vlogmas, but there are just, I want to challenge myself to like accomplish the things that I want to do every month. I don't want to give it away, but there are like certain things already that I want to do in January. So I think it'd be cool to do like a monthly bucket list and see what we can accomplish by the end of the month. That was just the first theme, explore and expand. The second theme is simplify, which I feel like I'm gonna get the most backlash for. The sub theme is downsize and prioritize. I'm not gonna say minimalist, because as soon as you say these kind of things, like people will jump down your throat as soon as you like buy one shirt. So I just want to be a little more conscious, just like consuming a little less and keeping my apartment cleaned out, minimizing my closet a bit, simplify, downsize, and prioritize. And this isn't just like clothes wise and in my apartment, but just in my life, like know my priorities and stick to them. Donate clothes, reduce waste where I can, and work on being more sustainable in general in small increments. Please don't come for me. The third theme is engage. This is more social media wise. I want to engage more with you guys, with my audience, like really have, I feel like we do have a community and I feel so close to you and everything, but I feel like I could, I don't want to say mobilize that because it sounds like I'm starting a fucking army, but I just want to have more of a like discernible, I don't know if that means like making a Facebook group or this or that, or like doing meetups. Like I just want to be more involved and like have more opportunities to engage with you guys, like one-on-one, in a group, whatever. This isn't just in social media, but in my life, just engage more with other people, engage in discussions and conversations and arguments, even, you know, debate, friendly debate. And I said form informed opinions and express them and hold them. In politics, especially with this huge election coming up this year, I think it's so important to just inform yourself, read from a variety of sources, not just one single perspective, and really develop your own opinion that you really believe in and express it, and don't be afraid to engage with like other people to, you know, argue your point, just so you know that you hold it actually, and you're not just like saying something because you heard it once and it sounds okay to you. I want to work on that this year, so that's kind of like under the engage categories, to engage with others in a mutually beneficial way, not just like argue their face off. And I do have opinions, obviously, but I just want to really develop them more and really feel like everything I say is researched and backed up, which I think everyone could benefit from in this world, and have more valuable discussions and not just like superficial conversations. And then the outcome from that is to provoke thought and conversation, you know, with social media, business, and with my personal opinions, I guess. Again, I was doing this all in a flurry yesterday, so you guys are probably like, what the fuck are your New Year's resolutions? Okay, and the last one on my big picture page, the last theme is fulfill. And that is to, this is gonna get kind of deep, to find more meaning in life. No, it's not that dramatic, but just to like find more meaning in what I'm doing the day to day. The specifics that go with that are consume mindfully, learn new things, be careful with where I put my time and energy. One thing that I've been thinking a lot about is just how valuable our time is. To waste your time in putting all this time and energy into something that you don't really believe in at your core, or something you don't really care about, it's just so sad to me. And I just feel like I haven't been putting my time and energy where it benefits me and others the most. And I just really want to think about like how I'm spending my time in each second that's so valuable in our lives. I don't know if I want to get into this in this video because it might just be like a whole other conversation that I want to make a whole video about. I definitely experienced the phenomenon this year of working a job where you're spending 40 hours a week, just like not contributing anything that you feel in your heart is like actually benefiting your growth as a person. It's not really like doing anything that important, and I just feel like I don't want to spend my time doing that. And I know that for a lot of people it's not that simple. Like it's, you have to do this to make money and survive, and you might not love sitting at whatever your job is for 40 hours a week, but for me, I just really want to think about the value of my time and how I can invest my time in things that will pay off, not only like so I can survive and pay for things, but just to really feel fulfilled at my core. I probably just like sparked a bunch of questions that are for another video. Like I said, I'm young, I have very limited time as a young person. Like, you're gonna age, you're gonna do this, do that, and I just want to know that I'm spending every last minute of this time I have now doing something that's like of value to me. And the outcome I put for that is to diversify where I find fulfillment in life, which sounds again like very big, but I think at the end of the day the most important thing is you feel fulfilled. So what I mean by diversify where I find fulfillment is like, first I need to determine at the core like what makes me feel fulfilled, because when I was in school I never had a problem with that. I always felt like what I was doing was like striving for something better and improving myself, and I think then when I was like looking for jobs and everything, I thought that the fulfillment would be just challenging myself in a work environment and, you know, doing the 9 to 5, but really that's not what it is. And I've realized that after doing it, like the grass is always greener, and I really just want to pinpoint what makes me feel fulfilled and how I can, like I said, diversify that and find fulfillment in different aspects of my life instead of depending on one specific thing that might not always be guaranteed. Like I found fulfillment in school, in academics, but I can't always be in school, you know? Where else I can find fulfillment in my life? And obviously like people and relationships are a big part of that, but I think if you depend on other people to feel fulfilled, you're going to be let down sometimes. So I don't know, I think it's important for everyone to kind of think about where they feel fulfilled in life and how they can like feel gratitude for those things and not take them for granted, but also just like diversify them so you're not just relying on one thing. Does that make sense? I don't know. So yeah, those are like my big themes and big picture goals for the year that have some like more short-term specifics within them. I don't even know if I did this right, but honestly I don't care because it works for me. Those are the things I want to focus on: explore and expand, simplify, engage, and fulfill. So those are my themes for the year. And then on this page it says set your goals, so these are like actually more specifics. Again, these aren't like actually prioritized, and I didn't think these through that much. I just wrote down in their categories what I wanted to do more. So I said spend more time with family. As I've gotten older, I've realized how important it is. I'm gonna cry. Ever since I first moved away for college in 2013, so 6.5 years ago at this point, which is wild, I've pretty much only been home like twice, maybe 3 times a year for holidays, and then actually pretty consistently during the summer I've gone home once for like a week or so. One summer I spent a little more time. A lot of people who grew up in small towns like want to stay there and are comfortable with that lifestyle and like raise their own families there and everything. I feel like there's either that or people like me where you like feel like you're this sponge that's just been expanding and like needs to break out of this town and expand somewhere else. So I was in such a rush to like get out of my town, and it wasn't that I wanted to get away from my family necessarily, but I knew that there wasn't anything for what I wanted to do in Oregon where they were living. Flew the coop, now I'm living in New York, whatever, been in different places along the way. But looking back, like I really wish that I'd been able to spend more time with my family. I need to move on because I don't know why I've been so emotional about this. It's not like anything's wrong, like at all, like everything's fine. But as I've hinted at, I do think I want to like step back from the office life for a bit when I finish my UNICEF contract, and with that free time I want to spend more of it with my family. There, bottom line. The next personal goal is to push my limits in fitness and continuously challenge myself. If you guys have been watching me the last couple years, like I've been up and down with my fitness journey, and not up and down in the sense of like super good at it and super bad at it, just that it's been up and down in my priorities. And at the beginning of like the summer of 2017 when I graduated college, it was like #1 priority. All I thought about, all I did was count my calories and go to the gym. And since then, like it has wavered. And last year, I don't regret this at all, by the way. Last year was just not a year where I really cared about it. I was focused for a few months on it, and then I like lost some weight, was feeling great. And then once I left for Europe and everything, after that, it was just not a priority. And all this new exciting lifestyle changes and job and all this, when I got to New York, it was just not a priority. And I was still going through the motions and going to the gym a few times a week. But I really do feel like excited to get back and challenge myself and push my limits in fitness. So that's a personal goal. And then again, I wrote more new places, faces, hobbies, and lessons. So I want to just like take random classes and learn new hobbies and maybe learn a new language. I just want to just learn more. And then the next category is family, friends, and relationship goals. And like I said, I want to visit my family and be more involved because they're selling our house this year. That's the goal. Who knows if it'll happen. My second goal is quality over quantity, pour more into close relationships. Since college, I haven't really had like a solid best friend group, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Like I think friendships come in so many different forms and there's different value in different ones, obviously, especially because I move every couple of years and I'm always like all over the place. I feel like I have a bunch of friends randomly, but I don't really like, I want to focus this year on pouring more energy into like building those close relationships again with friends. And not that I don't want to make new friends, obviously, because I always love that. And then the third one is reconnect and fight the out of sight, out of mind trap, which I easily fall into. So again, just because I'm living here and my best friends from college are all living in California, like I want to really make an effort to like keep those connections as strong as I can. The third category is heart and spirit goals. So I said focus on stronger commitments and deeper connections. Put myself out there and take emotional risks. That's just something, like I love taking risks in life, but never on an emotional level. Like I just don't. I don't express vulnerability like ever. So I feel like this is like a fucking therapy session. I'm being way too open with you guys, but we're just going for it. 2020. Find meaning and fulfillment in multiple outlets. So those are my 3 heart and spirit goals. The other category is financial goals, but frankly, I want to keep these to myself. I will say I want to invest my money more wisely. That's like my overall goal. And my last one is work, career, or study goals. And honestly, I do want to keep these to myself also. So some goals, there's value in putting it out there and holding yourself accountable by having it like public, but some things there's just value in keeping it to yourself and working with your head down, making your actions speak louder than your words, kind of. Whew, that was a roller coaster ride. I do think when it comes to New Year's goals and resolutions and just general list making and everything, I can tell in these videos if someone is a J or a P in the Myers-Briggs personality test. I'm a hardcore P, which means perceiving. I'll link it down below if you guys want to like learn about it. I'm not going to do a whole thing about it, but I very much believe in these. So it gives you 4 letters, and the last one is P or J. J is judging and P is perceiving. So judging means, it doesn't mean you like judge people, everyone does that, but judging just means like super specific, structured, organized planning. Those are the kind of people that make like, okay, I'm going to accomplish this goal by this date using 1, 2, 3, and 4 steps. Exactly. And then there's people like me where watching those people like stresses them out. I remember I watched someone who I definitely know is a P. I don't remember who it was though, but she was saying that she like tried to make those goals and it stressed her out more. And I was like, yeah, but that's definitely like a J or P thing. And I do think it's good to write down your goals, but it doesn't have to be in a super specific drink X amount of ounces of water kind of way. So let me know what kind of goal setters you guys are, if you guys like thinking in the more big picture abstract things that you want to work towards, or if you need to write like, today I'm going to do this, and then you get it done. I know I'm not like trying to talk down on either of them, but both of them are effective in different ways, I think. Those are my 2020 goals, thoughts, ideas. I was gonna make this into a whole vlog of me like going through my clothes in my room and everything, but honestly, like I just liked sitting down and having a heart-to-heart with you guys, which I feel like is what I've been missing so much. Like I talked about in my work video, there was like this disconnect piece where I just wasn't connecting in my videos and wasn't sharing enough, and I feel like this is what I needed, to just have a heart-to-heart discussion with you guys and share how I've been feeling, what I'm looking toward in the new year. I just want to keep my options open and do a bunch of new things and learn about myself this year. So thanks for watching this random ass New Year's video. I hope people are still watching these. Like you might be bored of them and just not even watch it. So hi to the 8 people that are watching, including my mom. Love you. Comment down below. I want to hear from you guys what you're trying to accomplish in the new year. Stay tuned. I am gonna be vlogging, but I also just want to do other stuff on my channel this year, and I feel like I always say that and then just revert to like working in my life, which people still like those, so I do want to do those, but trying to find a balance of challenging myself more in that way. So I love you guys. I'm going to see you in my next video very soon.